we ready here?
Yeah.
All right. State your name, your reason for being here, your crimes.
My name's Michael. I committed war crimes at the Goodllettsville Regional and somehow came out with top 20 and my first invite to nationals.
Nice.
Yeah.
What deck did you play? Did you already say that?
I did not. I said I was playing war crimes.
Okay.
Not as bad as what could be, but I'm playing Kashtira.
I see.
Yeah, so I played this deck before, back whenever Rise Heart was still around, and now the deck is a lot different, but I wanted to play Snake Eye, but I didn't have enough seat time with the deck. So decided to pick this up because I have experience with the deck, and I knew what all the cards did pretty much.
Okay, very passable reasons. Chose the deck.
First engine is the Kashtira engine. 3 Fenrir, 3 Unicorn. Konami's actually stupid for putting this back to 3. I'm not gonna lie.
Real, honestly.
Yeah, they should not have put this back to 3. I'm just doing all sorts of heinous things to my opponent when that hits board. 3 of Rise Hearts, probably the best card in the entire deck.
Wait, why not change it out for Alistair the Invoker?
You know, I'm not as base as Henry.
Okay. That's fair. That's fair.
I wish I was as base as that. And then we got 1 and 1. A lot of people are still deciding whether they want to play Ogre in prep. I've ripped a couple hands on Saturday whenever they tried to imper my Shangri-Era. It came up a lot. Also seeing the top 5 cards of my opponent's deck is really good. Just so I know, okay, the next interaction is going to be this, and just move on from there. Also, this outs towers.
I know.
I outed somebody's Borland in the 7th round.
Damn.
And he messed up. He forgot to put a rocket in grave, and so I just flooded the board and OTK'd him with this. All right, that's that engine. And then the best engine in the entire deck, the shifter engine.
Oh, that's gross. That's not an engine.
It pretty much is. Let's be real. This card needs to be banned.
Yes.
Anyone who says that this card does not need to be banned is coping and they're wrong. I'm gonna be real with you. I drew this at least 1 game every match.
Oh no.
And half of my matches were Snake Eyes.
Oh jeez. Didn't you go up against David in the first round?
Yes, and I drew it game 1 against him.
Oh.
Which actually weirdly enough did come up in the mirror because I was activating a lot of spells going second. We were both under shifter, so none of my spells were hitting grave, so he couldn't birth any of them away.
Oh, okay, that's pretty good.
Yeah, it was weird. It was really weird situation, but like anytime I dropped this, minus 1 time I won the game. Because that 1 time I opened shifter plus a bunch of hand traps.
Nice.
Yeah. Speaking of hand traps, this card is bad.
Oh, tell me about your experience with this during the tournament.
Half my matches were fire decks, so game 2 immediately sided it out.
Okay, but did they do anything whenever you
They decided to steal Hida, or seal it with Hida.
Okay.
So they made Princess on me. So if I dropped this, I was very hesitant of playing this card if I drew it against a fire deck, unless I drew other non-engine on top of it, or I was going first so they could stop that play.
Gotcha.
But it was just an immediate side out. I had 3 extra spots if I was playing against Snake Eye or Fire King Snake Eye. This card put in a lot of work, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of people talking about this one, so
this one. Oh yeah, I love this card because not only is it just a worse Veiler of sorts, works under shifter. It's a level 3 tuner, so you can get access to level 10 synchros, and also it's a burn. So it's a time card on top of everything, I burned it was the Dragon Link player again. I burned him by mourning his Striker Dragon for 1,000, and the damage I had on board was 1,000 short, but since he got rid of the Striker, it was game immediately.
Damn. Okay, very good. I
And
like
then,
it.
And the last monster is one Ghost Bell. It was a 40th card. It did come up a bunch. And also, again, it's a level 3, gives me access to 10s. I did use this to make a spicy card in the extra deck that won me a match against Runic.
Okay. Oh, I know what it is. I think.
About to say, I told you about this. Just having this access to level 10s is really, really nice. Again, just...
Well, one second before you do that.
Yeah.
Would you change around any of the ratios? Like, would you take Ash out for Bells, or what's your thought here?
I think Bell's a lot more high impact against the meta, but I also can't... this is generically really good against Rogue, so I can't really justify putting it in the side.
I see. So you can't kill your darling.
Yeah, I can't, unfortunately.
So
Sorry, MBT. But that's the monsters. The rest of the deck is pretty standard. 3 planet, 1 terraforming, 3 Theosis. Funny enough, this plus shifter equals like an add back from...
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. 3 birth. And I played Branded round 8, and just him activating Branded Fusion with monsters in his grave just means, oh, I'm ripping like your entire graveyard apart. Wow.
Yeah, no.
Non-engine pot, like obviously you need consistency. This deck is the most inconsistent mess I've ever played in my entire life.
That is fair.
Didn't really come up too much, but with as many hand traps as there are, you need to play this. And if you play 3, then you're just playing wrong ratios.
So explain why wrong ratios, 1 and 2. What about cross out? I know people have been running that. Why not that?
I do run cross out, but not in the main.
Okay.
Yeah, so 2 because I'm gonna do the Steven Santoli sort of thing. Say I want to see it sometimes, but not all the time.
I respect that decision.
All right, that's all the spells. And next is traps. 3 more hand traps, and then prep for your search off of Ogre. Holy crap, this is so good.
It's a great card.
You flip this into draw phase, you go standby Shangri-Ira, the special summon. They don't want you to get a Fenrir on board or another name, so they just go ahead and impermit without realizing what prep does. You rip their hand, and their 1 starter's just gone.
Oof. Do you get a look at their hand and rip?
Yes. You get to look at their hand and rip.
Very disgusting.
I know.
Okay, I did not know about that. That is very useful.
See, no one knew what prep did, and it does so much work.
Oh, yeah.
Clean 40.
I like it.
I can't play more than that, unfortunately. We'll go into the side. 3 drawn Lockbird. Only time I sided in was against Dragonlink, because if I drew this or Shifter or both, then that just is an FTK against Dragonlink.
Very true.
Since I played half of the meta, this really didn't come in too often. I've kind of wanted to play it more, but whatever. 2 Bell. This is mainly what's going to come in instead of Ash in the fire matchup, because you can hit the Flamberg, you can hit the Princess, you can hit the I believe you can hit the Garunix as well. And then final hand trap, 1 Nib. I wish I could play more of that. The only reason I am playing 1 Nib is because cross out.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yes. The thing was, this package right here was useless.
Really?
Yeah.
Like, not once?
Not once did it come up, because I summoned no more than 4 times every single turn.
Well, okay. You might, maybe, I don't know combo, but like...
I was just building a wide board to start out. Like the widest board, like the example board would be like Unicorn, Fenrir, Birth, Prep, Ogre, and then Riseheart in defense. That's the boards I was making. And then when you're going first, just picking away your opponent's hand constantly, any interaction they had, it was just enough.
Okay. No,
Yeah.
damn. So, like, did you not even side in, like, 2 of these for anything? Or is it only side these in when you wanted to side that in?
If I wanted to play, if I was like, okay, I need some, like, I need to make a bigger board and use more than 4 summons, then yeah. I sided this in against the mirror match, ironically enough.
Yeah? Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah, and also another funny interaction with crossout is with prep. So what you do is you crossout call, say, like a unicorn, and you get prep on board. Flip prep during their draw phase. You can special summon the monster you banished because it's no longer under crossout because it's the next turn.
Oh, it's like the flu tech.
Pretty much.
No, that's epic.
Yeah. So that. The most impactful hand traps though were definitely the bells, and I don't know. I think the Droll would have come up more if I was playing against more rogue.
Okay, that's fair. One last thing. I'm sorry. The bells. What did you use them specifically on? It was on the Snake Eye deck, and where did you head?
The Flamberg special summon of 2 monsters from the grave, and the Princess to bring back the Flamberg.
Okay, very interesting.
For more hate, I had Cosmic. I would Cosmic anything they put in the back row with Poplar, whether it was a Poplar, whether it was the actual field spell, whatever, or like an IP. I would just Cosmic it away.
Nice.
And then finally, I was so afraid of stun. I was so afraid of stun this entire time. I didn't play against stun, but like Lightning Storm and Feather Duster combo along with this is enough to just like clear back rows.
Oh yeah, no, I get it. I round 2, I got Lightning Storm dropletted. I think the guy went on to get 2nd place at the tournament. So
Oh, really?
yeah, it's cards are still good.
Cards are definitely still
Cards are
good.
still good.
Tokens and shout out to Poe and shout out to Vivi.
I see. I don't care about her. I care about yeah.
My favorite token. My favorite token.
Of course.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Second favorite token, the Goober Gang.
Of course, the white boy token.
The white boy token.
Has been dubbed.
Yeah. And then let's go through the extra. We got one of these. I've made this like a couple times. Some people are claiming that 2 is the correct ratio. I didn't need a second. Like the most it did was just get me more interaction on my opponent's turn. This like if you end on this, it just felt really bad. But like it was I didn't need more than one of it.
Okay, interesting. I guess also the prep or whatever it was called would bring that back, even if it does leave. So that's fair.
Yeah, and then we have Red Eyes. This was made in time a couple times. This was made whenever I couldn't get my opponent all the way down to 0. One time I played, oh god, who was it? I think it was the Runic player. No, it wasn't. It was a Fire King player.
Yeah.
I got him down to 600 exactly, and I told him literally out this in 1 card.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
Made this a couple times. This is the MVP.
Wait, what? Okay, explain.
Okay, so quick effect, steal something from your opponent's graveyard, and I stole princesses, I stole gimmick puppets, I stole Cartesias. Like this, just stealing something from your opponent's graveyard and attaching it to it was so good.
Oh my goodness, this is some spicy tech. Also, I appreciate the keyboard and sword.
Yeah.
Sword.
Also, it becomes if you have the Wraitsoth on board, it becomes multiple its attribute of the monsters that are attached to it.
Okay, very interesting.
So if you make it with Unicorn Fenrir, it becomes 3 attributes by itself.
Oh wow. Okay, I've never seen this card before. This is some very spice. I like it.
Yeah, and then you got the Dark Armed, of course. I'm not playing the Heat Soul package because I think it's kind of bad because it plays directly into Nib.
Yeah,
But I
fair.
kept this just so I could out skill drain.
Makes sense.
And then the Zeus Brothers. I did make this. I made this once against Kashtira. I made this once against Branded because he activated Queritus, zeroed out all my monsters, and all he had was the Queritus left on board. I had Talents, stole his Queritus. Since his Queritus was the biggest thing on my board, I just overlaid Typhon on top of it.
Oh, yeah, no, I heard about that. That's really good. That's really spicy, too.
Those are all the XCs. Synchros, Baron. Literally, I made this so many times on Saturday. Just having that extra like Omni Negate on top of all your other Kashtira effects is so powerful. This is a card that this card right here is the one that won me the match against Runic.
Yeah, there we go. Big Chungus.
Yeah, me and him were in a grind game. Like I banished like 2 of his Hugins and 1 of his Fountains, plus like a lot other stuff, and it just ended up making this because I had a level 7 and a hand trap. Made it like 6,300, and he had like I think it was some sort of Sword Soul monster in attack position. I attacked into it and just swung for game.
No, yeah, no, this guy's great. I remember I went to Vegas and I was going to take this out of my deck. I was talking with Joe and he just said, put that shit back in your deck, you know?
Oh, heck yeah.
He's so good.
Oh my god, I love this guy. Lynx, didn't make him at all. Didn't make him at all. Made her once, didn't make her at all. Didn't make him at all.
Oh, damn. Yeah, I was running this guy too. No play.
Like on paper, all this stuff seems like really good. It's just that I was locking myself into XCs more often than not. And I wasn't playing into Nib, so I didn't need these two. So the only time I actually did make this was in like a grind game, and I wanted to banish. I think it was a Runic Fountain. I made this on and then banished it on summon.
Okay, I see.
Yeah, so that is all I really that's the deck that I took, and I really enjoyed it. Felt really nice the entire time. My matchups were Kashtira round 1, round 2 was Runic Bestial, round 3 was Fire King, round 4 was Fire King, round 5 was Pure Snake Eye, round 6 was Fire King, round 7 was Dragon Link, and round 8 was Branded.
Okay, damn, very impressive. I like the deck. So do you have any other comments, any shout-outs, anything like that?
Yeah, I would like to give some shout-outs to Rohit over here for helping me build the deck. And he was a lot more experienced with the newer version of this deck. Gave me some good practice. Shout out to all the entire Goober gang for being so supportive throughout this entire weekend. Love all of them. And shout out to CNLG for hosting a really good event. And shout out to my favorite Yugi tuber, the one and only Short Bus Sean.
I'm just gonna edit it out and then put it in someone else's.
Insert the Cali Effect MBT.
Yeah, literally. All right. Well, thank you very much for coming on the channel, and once again, congratulations.
Thank you.